Folks, we got Dave Hooker here. You can catch him and the rest of the crew there at Off the Hook Sports. It's right here on YouTube. Please give us a like right here, the Voice of College Football as well, if you enjoy the video, and subscribe. Well, the defense, obviously, for this program to maintain that 10 to 11 win status that they achieved last season and to not put everything on an offense, to have to be prolific, like arguably the best in the country, the defense is going to have to get much better. That's kind of a long-term recruiting. You need waves, obviously, of recruiting classes, but is there a reasonable expectation that they can be better on defense this season?
Well, they need to be, and it was a significant issue that was probably most apparent in the South Carolina game, but it was apparent at other times too. And I thought they took steps. In September, they won a game defensively against Pitt. They dominated a couple games in Vanderbilt and Kentucky, but again, consider the opponent and where they were at that point of the season. The secondary and I would say second level coverage by linebackers has been the biggest issue. And really it comes down to how this entire program is built. I mean, they run tempo in games, but they also run tempo in practice. So this defensive team has to be ready to play 80 snaps. Well, no defensive coordinator really wants to go out there and play 80 snaps, but that's the position they're going to be in a lot of the time. And a lot of the time, the defensive backs are going to be put in predicaments in which they've got to cover receivers because their offense put them in position to have a pretty significant lead. They lose Trayvon Flowers, who was a safety that I think was underrated because the entire secondary wasn't very good. But, they're going to try to add some play guys like Gabe Jeudy-Lally at corner. He's a transfer in from BYU. The guy that I hear a lot of good things about is Keenan Pili, who I think will be a really good player at the middle linebacker position. I hear great things about him. They're going to have to replace Byron Young, who I think is underrated as a pass rusher from the edge. And I think they've got the ability to do that in what they have on the roster. But the big question is the secondary and second level pass coverage or from the linebackers. If they don't have that, then they're still going to give up a lot of points. And that's going to be a frustration for Tennessee fans. And I know the coaching staff as well. They had to do a lot of innovative stuff last year, Mark, in terms of twists and stunts up front to generate pressure. And I think eventually he'd like to beat people one-on-one, but they may not be there quite yet, but they're getting closer.